Previously in the anime, Rerika accidentally exposes her plan to bankrupt Café Familia on livestream, which got her restaurant into trouble with the negative impact. So the owner Fuwa decided to shut the restaurant down and put all the demolition bill onto the girls, which puts all 5 girls under a huge debt, and they had nowhere else to get to. So they went over to Café Familia to eat their favorite ponchos for one last time, so the girls there felt bad for them and decided to let them stay here. And since there's 10 girls and only 1 boy in the house, accidents like this were bound to happen, but anyways, in the end, it wasn't this girls who wants to bankrupt Hayato and his cafe, but the old man Fuwa, so Hayato told Rerika to act like she's still on Fuwa's side and buy the restaurant from him, he'll pay the money for her to purchase. And Rerika did her work and acted and insulted Hayato and his grandma in front of Fuwa, so Fuwa believed and gave the restaurant at half the price, but the money Hayato gave was 6.5 million yen. So it emptied Hayato's pockets, but still, his cafe was running, and Rerika and others opened their restaurant to pay back the money Hayato gave them. And they also changed all the things they copied from Café Familia, and Rerika and others made all the efforts to put up their business, and Suya had changed their menu as well. So the food was extremely good, and because they were all doing well, our gang was about to take their leave, but Rerika called Riho to the sidelines to give her a ticket to Hot Springs. She won it in a lottery and wants to repay Riho with this, and this tickets are for 2 people, so she told Riho to make a move on Hayato more aggressively. So as per Rerika's advice, she started to daydream of the vacation with Hayato, and just casually she asked Hayato to a Hot Springs, but the money was an issue for him. So Riho said she had them covered there because she got ticket for 2, she was getting aggressive as per Rerika's advice, but then again, the interruption came in and Uka showed she also won the ticket for 2 to the Hot Springs, and not just them, Shirogaiku also won the same ticket. Well, what are the odds? So the Hayato's harem family arrived at the hotel, but the ticket were 3, so they were also given only 3 rooms, so the 3 girls were trying to get Hayato to stay with them. But it's not going to be that easy, so Uka made them draw lots and Ami won the right of Hayato. Then Rerika messaged Riho and asked how things were going, and she sent a photo of the situation. But still, Hot Springs were good for a change of pace, and on the other side, many men were impressed how big Hayato was, so the girls were imagining Hayato's sushi. Then after the bath, Ami seems different from usual. Normally she would always be cheerful, but here, she's not. Hayato noticed it and remembered she's originally from this region. But Ami tried to avoid the interrogation and ran off, and some of the staff recognized Ami, but then, while eating dinner, a girl came to meet with Ami to convince her to meet with her grandmother, and Ami was trying to act like she doesn't know her, so the situation was like this. Her grandmother used to work at Café Familia in her youth and she loved her job, and after she quit, she built a place for all the kids with troubling pasts and took them in, and just like that, Ami was the same, but when she got back home, she saw her grandmother got amnesia from accident and forgot her own granddaughter. Ami dearly loved her grandmother, and she told Hayato she won't go back until her grandmother remembers her and gets better. So Hayato shared that he still regrets that he never got back home to meet his grandmother before her death. So the next day, Ami decided to visit her grandmother. Ami was in full spirits to make her grandma remember her and make her smile again, and Hayato already made an appointment to meet Ami's grandma, and he's joining her for the visit. So others also decided to tag along as well. She was staying at an old age home, so Ami was trying to make herself funnier to make her grandma recognize her. And there Eri saw them and brought her grandma here. Ami then goes to her grandma, and Hayato told Uka not to interfere and just watch. Eri tried to tell grandma that her granddaughter is here, and Ami tried to make her remember she's her granddaughter. Ami made fun of herself in several ways, but she just couldn't remember, so Ami got a little aggressive in nervousness, and her grandma pushed her away because she was annoyed. Ami recalls how troublemaker she was, but grandma never scolded her and instead praised her that she always makes others laugh and she loves that about her. So this really shattered her heart into pieces, and looking at it, Hayato remembered he saw a dream where a girl asked him to take care of Katsuyo, so he got into the scene with head held high and questioned Tatsuya what's going on, just like his grandpa. He got angry at her for making Ami cry, and that just kicked back her memories back. In the past she was always scolded by Hayato's grandpa, so that just made her remember everything. She mistook Hayato for Masahiro, but Hayato cleared up her misunderstanding and told her his grandpa married Sachiko, which made her happy. But then Ami comes in to see if she remembers her, and it was wonderful that she did. It made her eyes fill with tears and she cried out, But Ami got a little too excited and forgot her grandma is old, so Eri got angry and told her to behave. But she apologized to others for this display of power, and looking at Ami happy, now it was time to leave and get back to their job. But before that, Ami stayed behind to stay with her grandma some more, and Hayato got some nice money from trading in the stock market, so he was planning to stay here for one more night. Which excites all the girls for an extended vacation trip, but the place Hayato booked a room was no less than a haunting house. And the owner was a creepy old lady who roams around holding a knife in hand, so Akane wanted to leave right away, but the settlement had mixed bath. So that holds her back, thinking of getting a chance to take a dip with Hayato. But first the ladies hits the bath and Akane told them she stayed because she knows they will invite Hayato for a bath. But Uka was more worried about Ami, but Eri contacted Hayato earlier and told everything is fine. But now comes the question, who's gonna sleep beside Hayato? But the room was also a haunted with all the ancient decorations, plus the old lady is way beyond creepy even when she came in to ask if they want something. Our group was happy and the boar hot pot was nice which the old lady made. So she offers some locusts she made with soy sauce and Uka passed out from shock. Well, it's a Japanese delicacy. But then Shirogaiku went nuts again because the old lady used alcohol to cook the boar meat. She then assaulted Akane and Riho, but their rack size was small, so she returns back to Hayato. That was such a huge blow and Rarika again asked how things are progressing with Hayato and Riho showed her situation instead. Then Hayato was in the bath and their Ami came in. But this time she didn't hit him and joined him instead because it was a mixed bath. She was grateful to him because Hayato was the one who made her grandma better. So she came here to say thank you and it won't sit right with her if she won't repay this favor. So she offered him a nice squeeze of her racks, and Hayato refused. So Ami thought he wouldn't want to touch racks of someone like her. So to make her happy, Hayato goes along and nicely squeezes Ami's racks for a few minutes. And with that reward, the 2 episodes of this anime ends right here. But stay tuned to watch more anime recaps. Until then, take care.